What's good, YouTube? It's your boy King Gaming. Welcome back to the LA Noire walkthrough. Now, before we get back into this, I'm going to let you know that this is happening 6 months later. Before I started recording, it actually popped up on the screen before I noticed it. I apologize for that, but just to let you know so you can follow along with the time frame. It's 6 months later. We just got promoted to homicide. Let's go. The red lipstick murder. This don't sound or look like any good at all. What is that? Jesus Christ. It's a blunt object.
All right, gentlemen, take your seats. Let's get this over before lunch. Floyd Rose of the homicide squad has decided to take early retirement. We will all miss Floyd and the steely edge he brought to his police work. The department has arranged a wee drink at the Galway Arms to quench the mighty thirst a man gets from 25 years of police work. Floyd's departure leaves a place at the top table, and the chief has seen fit to promote Cole Phelps from burglary to the homicide desk. Stand up, Phelps. Take a chair. You're in the major leagues now, Sonny. Rusty Galloway, a fine lawman of the old school, will be taking you under his wing.
This guy looks like a pushover.
The first case is the murder of a woman, found last night and bearing all the signs of the werewolf. Get out to the scene, lads.
This guy looks spineless. I don't like him already.
Nice thing about egotism.
I miss
I'm gonna
Bukowski.
make him take me to the pictures tonight.
Do you have the address?
It's been all over KGPL. It's off Temple
Move.
Street, between Belmont and Glendale.
Oh crap. Why do I always forget how to leave this building? Do we get a new car? Looks like a new car. I'm gonna drive it this time, but I want to let him know that I usually don't drive, so he better not get used to this.
So where does that leave you, Galloway?
Leaves me saddled with a chump like you, Phelps. I didn't ask for you and I don't want you, so keep it to yourself. See if you can learn something about seeing how a real cop operates.
What did he mean by the werewolf?
Vidalia. The Daily News came out calling him the werewolf killer. The Examiner came up with the Black Dahlia.
We any closer to catching him?
Not a chance. 6 months and hundreds of guys running down leads and we got nothing.
You don't think this has anything to do with it?
No, I don't. 90% of murders are domestic, Phelps. Some guy gets into a beef with his wife, he takes it too far. This will be the same. But cutting someone in half and leaving them off the sidewalk, that's a one-off.
Why so many women this year?
Because of the war. You should know that. Guy gets to kill people every day in combat. Comes home, he's expected to take lip from his wife. What do you think's gonna happen?
It's that simple.
Like I said, most of the time it is.
I knew I wasn't gonna like this guy. Oh my god, I did not mean to do that.
Calm down.
This controller, yo. We had a piece of bench stuck in our car.
Roman, this your beat?
Yes, sir. Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like a lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood. Some trouble, but nothing like this. It's known locally as the Moors.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, detective.
No one's disturbed the body.
No, sir. We cleared out them vulture reporters so Pinker and the coroner could work. They're waiting to talk to you.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
Where's the body at? Let's go look at the body. Footsteps. What's this?
What can you tell me about the shoe prints?
Men's size 8s. Tinker lifted impressions for me to compare back at the lab.
Why is that one so different from the other ones?
Cause of death?
Jesus Christ.
Could be the head injuries. She has been badly stalked. The cuts look superficial. I'll know for sure in an hour.
Beat the hell out of this girl. What is that written on her body?
Interesting.
Fuck you, BD. I can't I'm not sure.
What caused the blunt force injury to the face?
Could be anything from a baseball bat to a lug wrench. I'll have more details after the autopsy.
It definitely wasn't a baseball bat, but it might be the wrench that dude's talking about.
What does the writing on the victim mean?
BD, like Dahlia, Tex. Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or it could be the killer's trying to throw you off the scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
From the temperature, I'd say after midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
Looks like some kind of puzzle or parlor game.
Just the red lipstick?
Looks brand new. Can't be the one used on the body.
This equipment is valuable, and so is my time. Leave me alone.
Screw you, and screw your equipment. I'll break your camera. Oh, we can further investigate this. Oh. I know how this is supposed to... No, go back down. Go back down. Go up. You go that way. Oh, it opened. Property... Oh, this is a lighter.
Why steal a table lighter?
Can we get to the Bomba? A man could die of thirst on a case like this.
Oh, God. And he's a complainer.
Werewolf?
For my money, a copycat.
We can't rule it out. We need to work the evidence.
Gently. You'd love that, wouldn't you? A big head to hang on your wall. The caller of the decade. You've been working evidence on BD case for 6 months and got nicks.
There's a difference, Rusty.
Oh, yeah?
I just started working it today.
Okay, Oddshot. What's more likely? The werewolf comes back around, leaving us unknown in a corpse?
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not power over the police department as well?
Let me finish, Phelps. A guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of stewing. Or some opportunist who's been reading about the BD figures, he'll rip off the MO and get himself a freebie.
That's not totally fantastical.
You know, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for police work. There's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder. It was them, locusts.
Where do you think the werewolf killer is now?
Dead by his own hand, stationed somewhere else with the armed forces. San Quentin, another town, another country, who knows? So, Phelps, I understand you want to turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work like that, all right? A case will come and find you. You can't make it something it ain't, understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance. We would have found him.
You want a tip?
Alright, so we're here at the Bomba Club.
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss it. Is there anything else?
What is a hibiscus? That's my question.
Fire away, Phelps. I'll stay here. I'm a little parched. Pour me 3 fingers of rye.
Eggs, Ronnie. Detective Phelps, LAPD. We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine? Christ. Sure I know her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
Sure, she's a regular. Celine is...
House officer.
Was
That's good.
a lovely woman.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
But she attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
Let's look at him. Is he lying?
How about a name? This is a murder beef, McCall. You don't want any adverse publicity for this place, do you?
If I had names, I would give them to you. I like Celine. I'd like to see you get whoever did this. Clear on that?
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished. He put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
So if it wasn't Jacob, then you probably let her out of here with the guy who killed her. How do you feel about that?
Stow the attitude, will ya? I tried to get onto Jacob. I rang him up. Asked him to come pick her up, like usual. But he refused. And she picked some night to push him over the edge. I rang him back around 11:30, but got no answer.
McCall, you said you liked her, and yet you've been no help at all. I want Celine's address.
142 North Union. Now get the hell out of my bar.
Come on,
Let's
you
get out
drunk.
of here.
Hey, what's the hurry? My stool was just starting to warm up nicely.
Get your lazy ass up. Let's go. You're driving too. I'm
You know the
done.
way.
I'm done
You can
having
drive.
fun. My partner cannot drive. Oh yeah, he's been drinking. That's why.
You find the booze helps you get through a working day?
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
A smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job if a healthy thirst offends you.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Betty Short would be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor, our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother. It's worse than I could ever have imagined.
The lights are off. It doesn't look like anybody's home. They don't have any curtains. Can see right through the window.
I'll try the back door. Wait here a second.
I heard some glass breaking. I don't know if you guys heard that. Yep.
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
I just heard the glass break though.
Size 9s. Above average for a lady.
Definitely. And it was size 8s at the crime scene.
A regular Amelia Earhart in her day. The ring looks distinctive.
Missing ring.
Tiffany? The rest of the stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring. Burglar used the pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
I'm laughing because $30 doesn't seem like a lot, but back then it was. A note on the fridge.
Celine and Jacob are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
If you sober up, you can find me at apartment 2, 1050 Huntley Drive. Okay, we got a new address.
One of my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Dang.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Don't take all day about it, Phelps. I'll get nasty when I'm thirsty.
Man, we just left the bar. You just had something to drink. Oh, look like somebody pulling in now.
Galloway, homicide, badge number 564. Requesting technical services for
I'm sorry to bother you, ma'am.
North Union.
I knew it wasn't safe around here anymore.
Oh,
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan. Jennifer Horgan. I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving. But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh, my God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
That's not funny, but her reaction. Hold on. Can we change our outfit? Do we have any more? Let's wear this one. Looking real clean now. Why does anybody want to answer their door? I mean, yeah, your neighbor just got murdered, but...
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
Jacob Henry had a violent argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
For my money, the broad keeps the house looking like that, she probably deserved it. The skipper says bring him in and keep the hacks off our backs for a while.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you've come to your senses, Cole.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is.
Okay, Phelps, we go in hard. You follow my lead.
This is an apartment? Oh, it's like a little... Oh, I understand now. He say kicking in somebody's door.
Who's asking?
Could knock?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh, my
for
God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
RKO.
What the hell are you talking about?
Randy Knockout?
You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
she's-
We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
This is a sad little apartment. A lot of boxes. He's definitely just moved in here.
You think the atmosphere's thick in here? Wait till you try the gas.
The gas, it's not that serious. The gas chamber? Oh.
He'll be back any moment. Just sit tight.
The oldest problem there is, what to do about the old lady.
Thanks a lot for the offer. I couldn't even... Oh my god. Oh, here goes a baseball bat. That was a speculated murder
I
weapon.
think this is going to help us.
Oh, really? Let me look around a little more before we go talk to this dude, just to make sure we're not missing anything. Doesn't look like it, so let's go.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
We get the impression that Celine liked to live the glamorous life. How did she end up with a hump like you, Jacob?
Celine was one of the first woman pilots. She hung out with movie stars and royalty. But when she came back here broke and struggling, she married a mechanic. Put a roof over her head, food on the table. Not glamorous, but the best I could do.
I'm not ashamed about that.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
That's a lie, and you know it. You tailed her, watched her come out of a bar, and then beat her to death. Admit it, Henry.
Why would I do that, Detective? My wife was a drunk. It was a sickness with her. Doesn't mean I didn't love her. Would you stop loving your wife if she was unwell?
No, I wouldn't. Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
You went to her house, you fought, you beat her, she left, and then you followed her.
I left first. She tried to batter me with a frying pan. I had to slap her down.
Understandable.
So you can prove that you came back here after you left your wife's place.
I came back here. I was here all night. Start work at 6:30. I'm not the going out type.
Did a neighbor see you? Did you talk to anyone? You need an alibi, Jacob.
I don't have one. I was here. I listened to Amos and Andy on the radio, and then I went to bed.
We're still going to need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're going to tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
Whoa. Now you're definitely going.
Doesn't look good for you, Jacob.
Now you're definitely going to jail because you just hit an officer of the law, fam. I forgot how to fight. Is it? I forgot how to do this. I swear to God, I forgot how to hit him. Oh, there we go. It's X. I can't get out of the corner. There we go. You can't win, Rock. You can't win. Oh, there we go. Hit him and then put him in handcuffs.
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
Where's the phone at?
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective.
Any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. In regards to the Celine Henry homicide, the owner of the Turkey Bowl restaurant at 1535 West 3rd Street says the victim was at his restaurant last night.
Turkey Bowl restaurant. We'll check it out.
You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt.
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
That's fucked
Thanks,
up.
Doc.
Alright, you driving, fam.
Carruthers said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're gonna get.
Alright, I don't want to talk to the guy at the register. I want to talk to the owner.
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're working a murder case. Mrs. Celine Henry, you called in?
Yeah, the name's Jonesco. This is my place.
You saw Mrs. Henry in here last night?
Until about 1 a.m., having dinner with a friend.
Doing more drinking than eating.
You got that straight.
Mrs. Henry was seen leaving another establishment in the company of a man. Did the two of them come here?
Yeah, I remember seeing her with a guy.
Did you see them leave?
They got into his old Pontiac. Dull brown color. I got to look at the license plate. 2B8899.
You have a name? Description, maybe? Come on, Mr. Nesco. We need something more to go on.
Smallish guy. Maybe 5'7". Dark complexion. Latin looking.
What time did the two of them leave?
Around 2 a.m. They were talking pretty loud. She had a black eye. Said her husband gave it to her. Said she was going to have him committed.
Was she a regular in here?
No. I mean, I wouldn't have recognized her face among the usual crowd.
Was the place busy last night?
Sure was.
So how come you paid so much attention to her?
She had something. For an older broad, I mean. Not good looking, but vivacious, full of life. I've always found that kind good in the sack. I was thinking about trying my luck, but that guy she was with had her wrapped up tight.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Nesco. Thanks for your time.
All right, yeah, where the phone? Because we got to call in that license plate.
This is a tasty burger.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez.
That's Hispanic, all right.
2 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Thanks. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in. Thank you.
All right, so we got to go interrogate somebody, and then we're gonna go to that address to check out the Pontiac. Oh, what's going on? Whoa.
Where the hell's he going with that?
Look, Pops, just hand over the money, okay?
All right, young fellow, okay. Hold your horses. I'm getting the money.
I ain't afraid to drill you, you know.
Hey, careful with that trigger fingernail. You look the nervous type.
Plug the old bastard, Lefty. If I gotta come in there, I'm spraying lead, you old coot.
LAPD, drop the weapon!
Okay. Got that dude. He's finished.
Phelps, you're covered.
He got a bulletproof vest on, but I still got him. That was so random.
Mendez could be our man.
He could be at that, but you don't want to cross the skipper, Phelps. Not a great move in your first day. He wants Henry re-interviewed.
How'd you like losing your cherry, rookie?
It might be my first day here, but I've had extensive experience on other desks in the department. I think you're aware of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you've been a pain in the ass before today as well.
And I shall continue to be until the end of time.
We have a firm lead, Captain.
Are you questioning my judgment call, Phelps?
No, sir.
Good. I thought not. Jacob Henry is a sub-sister pushed around by his wife. I think with the right kind of persuasion, he might be prepared to seek absolution. Are you prepared to show him the error of his ways, young fellows?
I don't think he's our man. Galloway agrees with me.
Don't drag me into this.
Rusty is a practical policeman. A bird in hand is always worth two in the bush. Let's liberate a confession from poor Jacob, and the public will sleep easier tonight. Run along now, Phelps. I've warmed them up nicely for you.
I don't think he's our man either.
Doesn't look good, Jacob. You're in a big jam here. You lie to me, and I can't help you out. Do you understand me?
Yes.
What do you do for work, Jacob?
I'm a mechanic. Engines, differentials, transmissions, that kind of stuff.
So you have access to tools?
Yes, I do.
Your wife was brutally beaten with a socket wrench handle, then stomped to death. How do you think that looks, Jacob?
I was home in bed.
You were at home in bed while your wife was putting out to some stranger? What kind of man are you, Jacob, that you allow that?
You son of a bitch. You got no right talking about my wife like that.
You did it. Everything points to you. What does Tex mean, Jacob?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I need a reason to believe you, Jacob.
You want a confession? That's what you want?
That's exactly what we want.
Seems to me there are two types of marriages. First, where the couple love each other equally and everything's roses. And then there's the other, where one person loves the other more than life itself and always puts them first. Chumps like me, who love them no matter what, no matter how badly they behave. That's it. That's my confession. I love my wife. And I'll take any test you got to prove it.
Your marriage was over. You took her in and she threw it back in your face. You didn't go over there to hurt her. It just got out of hand.
It's not how it was.
Jacob, I think she pushed you around and slapped you about. You got to like it. Big guy like you, and you're a fucking pushover.
Ah, fuck you. I did my best to make it work.
I don't see any way out of this unless you give us something.
Phelps, you failed me, son.
We have another lead, Captain. This guy Mendez could be our man.
I hope so, Phelps. I really hope so. I'm deeply disturbed by your style of police work.
Hey, shut up, fam. You don't know what you're talking about. You ain't been out here in these streets.
Alonzo Mendez. Sound like a man who moonlights as the werewolf?
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter anywhere near.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't want when you're sober.
So that's why you never sober up.
Exactly.
Alright, let's look at the mailboxes and see which one says Mendez. Apartment 16.
Mendez.
He at the top floor.
Don't bother knocking, just kick the door in.
Oh, that's his style of police work right there.
Take a look around and see what you can find.
He likes to catch him in the act. This dude doesn't look like he's home. Whoa. This is definitely what he used to kill her.
Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed.
The lipstick.
Brothers could match the color and brand of the body.
Why would this dude bring all of this stuff back to his house? If this isn't the dumbest murder ever.
Better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
That's my question.
You're geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Hey, what gives?
LAPD, you're under arrest.
Why do they always run?
That son of a bitch! I'll go get our wheels.
They always run and I always end up having to shoot him. We don't want you to die. We just want you to go to prison, and bad things will happen to you by a big guy named Tyrone.
You don't need to do this, Alonzo!
He's going to his car. Is this going to be a car chase? A foot chase leading to a car chase.
Get in and drive.
Let's go. Get out of the way. See, that's your fault. You did that. Oh my God.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
We just ended that dude.
I got an idea. Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle, and I'll stop the son of a bitch.
Okay. We can do that.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
We lost his bumper.
Keep it steady, and I'll try to bust his tires.
Oh crap, his car is on fire. I don't want to get too close.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry.
Why did he keep all of that stuff at his house though? Why not, like he said, why not throw it away or do something? Burn it. He kept it at his house where he slept, where he eats.
I ain't saying a goddamn thing.
You don't need to.
You did a grand job, lads. Phelps, that's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand
it. I know we got a lot of city damage. We killed someone today. Hey, that dude's life is only worth $515? Whatever. Vehicle damage, I know that was a lot too, because I actually drove today, which is why that's a lot. Alright, yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see my King Game Squad in the next one. I'm out. Peace.